What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, Something, hit the keys. Here today to do a quick review and demonstration over Kickstart 2 by Nicky Romero and Cableguys. The original Kickstart may be the most popular plugin that has ever been created, and this version right here just basically builds on that version and adds some updates to make sidechaining so much easier, and it also gives you a visual perspective of that sidechaining. I also want to add that I am partnering with Cableguys on this video, so we're going to do a giveaway, and we're going to give away 5 free copies of Kickstart 2. So make sure you stick with me till the end of the video so you can see how you might be able to win. Make sure if you guys like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. But let's go ahead and get right into this review. Sum, hit the key. All right, guys, so I brought you to the website first, just so I can let you know what the new things in Kickstart 2 are. So as you look at the plugin, this is what it's going to look like in your DAW. It looks very similar to the original version of Kickstart, but we'll scroll down here. And so these are the features in Kickstart 2. The new features are it fits any kick. So forget complex editing tools, just drag the curve to fit any kick, which is a pretty nice feature. It follows any rhythm. So kick not 4/4, no problem. Kickstart follows any kick pattern with new Cableguys audio triggering, and I'll show you that. That's also a nice feature. It's got a multi-band sidechain, so it'll easily duck the low frequencies, but still keep the same high frequencies of your 808, which is nice as well. And then it has a visual kick view. And the visual kick view will allow for you to see when your kick ends so you can know exactly when to start your sidechain. So let's go ahead and open up FL Studio. So boom, bam, as we have FL Studio open, I made a little sample beat as always. So I'm going to play the sample beat and you'll definitely be able to hear the sidechaining working. It's not all the way mixed down as always, but here we go. All right, guys, so that's the little sample beat that I put together for you guys. Let's go ahead and open the plugin back up and check it out. On that beat, you will notice that I use Kickstart on a few different things. So I used it on the piano to give it obviously that pumping sound. And then I also used it on the 808 and the kick. I'm going to show you guys how to set it up, because when you go to the website, it doesn't properly show you how to set it up in FL Studio. So I want to make sure in this demonstration that I do show you guys how to set it up, because I'd hate for you to get it and not understand how to set it up. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to show you how to set it up if you want to use it for a sidechain for a kick and another instrument. So I'm going to go ahead and mute this version. What you're going to have to do is you're basically going to have to sidechain your kick to your 808. So I'm going to take this off and show you basically what you're going to do. So you see here, you're just going to basically click on this arrow. Now the instructions that it says on the website, it says the sidechain to this track only. That doesn't work. So you have to push the sidechain to this track, and that's how you'll get it to work. And then you're going to open up an instance of Kickstart. So we'll open up another instance of Kickstart, boom, bam, Kickstart 2. And then you're going to come over here into your settings, and you're going to click the cog right here. You're going to go to processing. And then once you go to processing, you have this mapping right here. You can hit this auto map outputs, and it'll typically auto map it for you. So I pushed the wrong one. You have to push this auto map inputs, and then it'll automatically map it for you. That's the simple way to do it. And now the sidechain will work properly for you. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this version because obviously I have it with another version hooked up. So boom, bam, let's just go ahead and make sure that after I, unsidechained it and hooked it back up, that it stayed true, and it did. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute everything else, except for the drums, so you can hear what they sound like, and so that we can hear what this side chaining sounds like. And then I'm going to show you the cool things about kind of what they did to make this plugin even better than it was before. So basically, when you're looking at the plugin, now they have this band button right here. So you can turn this band button on, and what it's going to basically do is wherever you set the band link at, it's going to cut all the frequencies lower than that. So if I have it at 715 hertz, then it's going to duck all of the frequencies under 715 until after the kick or whatever instrument it is that your sidechaining goes. So this is what it sounds like. The 808 and the kick and the drums sound like without the kickstart on there. All right, so you can hear the 808 and the kick kind of clashing just a little bit. But now if I throw the Kickstart 2 on there, I listen to it. So you can basically hear the kick, and you can hear how it's sidechaining that 808 for you. Now, what's cool about this new addition to this plugin is this whole section right here. So when you watch it as it's going, you can see the kick drum, and you can see when the kick drum is going to end. And that allows for you to put the slope wherever you want to put the slope. And so then that's when the 808 will kick into effect. So if you watch here, that yellow waveform is the kick. And so then basically you can slide. Now you can drag the slope left and right, however you want to drag it, so that you can make it match right up with the end of the kick. So you see how I moved that over and I got it to sit right after the kick. What's also cool about this new version of Kickstart or Kickstart 2 is down here you have a band feature. So the band feature, like I was stating earlier, states that you can cut the frequencies all the way up to 5.12 kilohertz. So you can cut all the lower frequencies and make those duck every single time the sidechain is taking effect. And then you can turn it on and off. Then they also have this feature right here where you can click the headphones, and it'll allow you to listen to the frequencies that you are cutting out. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. And so that low end that you're hearing is the low end that we're actually cutting out. It's not the low end that it's playing as it's using the sidechain effect. So that's pretty nice as well. You can turn the band on and off if you would like. The other new feature is over here with this sync MIDI and audio section. Obviously, you can sync the sidechain to the tempo of the beat. And you can do it by, an eighth note, a quarter note, a half note, a full note. That's pretty standard stuff. But over here is this audio feature. And this audio feature is what makes it so that it automatically ducks it for you so that you don't have to do any work. So, I'll probably never, ever use the MIDI feature, just being real, because once you put it on audio, it detects every single time a kick, a snare, a clap, whatever the instrument it is that you want to sit over, whatever you're sidechaining it to, whether it's the melody, the bass, or whatever it is. As soon as that audio hits, it detects it and it automatically sidechains it for you. And that's a super dope effect. I also want to mention that they have all the same classic chains. Another thing that needs to be mentioned is right here in this corner. This is where the playback ends. So a lot of times in sidechaining plugins, it has an issue with the sustain. So I'll show you what I mean. I can show you better than I can tell you. So if I have this all the way over here, it's going to sound like this in the sidechain. All right, so you see how it sounds all janky and it sounds like you have to do work to make it, sidechain how you want it to. If you just pull this on the other side of the curve, now you get the And so then it works perfectly. So another thing that I do want to go over basically real quick is just, the basic, what does it sound like on a melody or something like that. So this was the bass chords that I had for the beat. All right, so that's the chords that I had, but once I put this on there, I know most of you guys know what a gating effect is. It gives it that pumping effect, but it sounds like this. And so again, remember they got a bunch of different patterns. These are all patterns that were on the original version. But it's super nice. You can move it around easily. It's very user friendly. This plugin is. I forgot to mention the price of this. It is currently $16. So it's not very much. I do want to show you guys one last thing. So let's go ahead and open up this other file that I have here. And this is just basically a sample from my sample pack and then some drums. Just so that you guys can see another few things that you can do with this plugin. So let's go ahead and open up the mixer track. Let's go ahead and throw a copy of Kickstart 2 down on this bad boy real quick. Boom, bam. All right, we have this here. So now what we're going to do is the same thing. We're going to sidechain this kick, and we're going to sidechain this snare to this track. So boom, we have that there. Then we're going to open up Kickstart again. I just want to make sure I do show you this again as well. I want to show you this too. Over here in the menu, you can make it the scalable size of this bigger. We're just going to go ahead and leave it this size for the demonstration. We're going to go ahead and go into this cog. We're going to go into processing. And then we'll just go ahead and hit auto map. Now, what's cool about this is that you can side chain the kick to like the melody to make the kicks, push through the mix a little bit more. So this is what it all sounds like without the kick being sidechained. All right, so now once we turn the sidechain on, we can get, the kick to punch through a little bit more, or we can also get the snare to come through a little bit more. We can do a lot of different things. So then this is what we can get it to sound like. So you hear how it sounds more of like you've using an MPC or something, you're chopping up the beat or something like that. It kind of gives it that chop effect, which is super nice, and it lets the kick punch through more if that's the sound that you're looking for. You can also do it with like a snare, and then you can make the snare, stand out a little bit more in your beat as well. So So obviously you can hear how it's ducking down underneath that as the snare hits every single time. So that's basically the plugin for you guys in a nutshell. In my personal opinion, I do feel like this is a very solid sidechaining effect. I feel like they got it right. Because, a lot of times when there's a new update to a plugin or there's a new plugin that comes out, it's not necessarily what you need. But I feel like with this plugin, they got it right, because the visualization of when your kick ends is a super helpful tool, and it makes sidechaining so quick and so fast. And then the fact that you can just move your slope with a quick drag of a mouse, also a fire feature. Then the band feature where you can decide exactly what frequency you want to cut on the sidechain is nice as well. And then the audio feature as well. I mean, they added some nice features to this plugin, I can't lie. All right, so if you stuck with me to the end of the video, it is now giveaway time. It is super easy to enter this giveaway. All you have to do is comment down below in the comment section, Kickstart 2, and that'll get you an entry to the giveaway. Shout out to Cableguys again for partnering with me for this giveaway. We'll be giving away 5 copies of the plugin. I'll be announcing the winner on April 27th. So that is 1 week from the day that the plugin did come out. Make sure that you pay attention, because like with the last giveaway for 10K, I'm still waiting for some of you guys to mention me back or comment me back or get back to me so I can give you guys your prizes. So if you did enter that giveaway, make sure you go check your entries, because again, there's a bunch of prizes out there I'm still waiting to give away. Make sure if you guys like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell, so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.